Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Bretman Rock and Wet n Wild collection. So if you guys want to see what I thought of this collection and how I got this look I'm wearing right here, then just keep on watching. So this collection actually came out like February 20th or something, so I'm a little late to getting a review out on it, but I do actually have a chit-chatty kind of video coming very soon explaining where I've been, what's been going on, because I kind of just completely disappeared from social media and stuff. I was sick for quite a few months, so I will explain what was going on and all that kind of stuff in a upcoming video, so you will see that. But I did want to come back with a review because it's been so long since I've played with new makeup, and I actually have a lot of makeup to catch up on and review and stuff like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and start. So the first product is the bag. This bag actually came free when I bought the collection if you spent a certain amount of money on Wet n Wild's website, but the bag does retail for $8.99. I don't know if you can still get it free or not, but yeah, I mean, it's just a makeup bag. It's got a nice big inside, it's pretty on the outside. In my personal opinion, if you like makeup bags this size and you want it, that's great, but for me personally, I like humongous makeup bags. Very rarely do I have this little bit of makeup with me. I either take no makeup or a ton of makeup, so a bag like this is just kind of I probably won't use it for makeup. I'll probably use it for storing other stuff, but yeah, I just want to go ahead and show that to you guys just because I did have it. But I already did my face makeup and my eyebrows and all that kind of stuff. Everything I have left, I'm going to be using stuff from the collection to do. So the first product I'm going to start with is the Bretman Rock Wet n Wild Jungle Rock Eyeshadow Palette, which again just has that really same pretty packaging that the bag does. And this palette does retail for $14.99. This is what it looks like on the inside, so it's pretty. It's got some really pretty colors in it. It doesn't really have a ton of light kind of neutral shades, but still a really pretty palette. And there's also a few brushes in the collection, and two of them were eye brushes. So you have the eyeshadow precision blending brush and the eyeshadow placement brush, which they're just gold and kind of go into this ombre orange color. So really pretty brushes, and they were each $6.99. Wet n Wild brushes to me in the past have been very hit or miss. I have some really good ones. Most of them are from their collections that are really good, and then I've had some terrible ones, but yeah. I'm going to go ahead and take the blending brush and this Coconut Connoisseur shade right here and just kind of put that on the lid. I do need to get a mirror. Yeah, okay, that's a white kind of shade. I mean, it's good for setting your lid. If you have darker skin tone than me, it might show up a little bit more if you wanted to highlight with it, but for me it literally is just a skin tone shade. So yeah, that shade was nothing, and I will say it was pretty powdery when I stuck my brush into it, so I'm just going to dip into this brown shade called Ape Shit and just use it very lightly to try to create some kind of transition shade. So I'm gonna switch brushes because this blending brush is kind of stiff, and with my transition shades I like to use a fluffier one. So I'm gonna switch and see if that makes it better, because with how stiff that brush was, it was making the shadow feel very dry. So I definitely feel you need a little bit of a fluffier brush to kind of blend out the shades. I'm just not super impressed with that brown shade right off the bat. I just feel it's a little bit patchy. So I'm going to go ahead and move into this orange shade called Pounce on 'em and just kind of try to work that. I don't really want anything super colorful. I do like the orange shade. The orange shade is really pretty. Again, it's not the smoothest, creamiest formula I've ever worked with, but it's definitely a pretty color, and it's not like so hard to work with that, you know, it's not even worth the time. I really don't want to use a ton of color. I definitely want to keep this like a little more neutral. So I'm going to grab the denser like brush from the collection and this shade Toucan Play That Game, which is just this like kind of red burgundy shade. And I'm going to build up the outer corner with that. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever try. Yeah, so this brush is much better if you're using it in like a very like dense kind of pack and blend situation versus like a full out like crease kind of blending. But I still don't feel like it's like my favorite brush at all. I definitely wouldn't say like anyone like needs this brush, and especially for the price, I feel like nowadays you can get a lot of eye brushes in this price range that I feel like are going to be better quality. Alright, so I do like that shade as well. I'm just gonna go back in with my bigger brush and just like mix those two red and orange shades and just kind of focus it on this outer corner. I'm having a hard time getting them like even, especially on camera. Like you can see it much more on camera than you can in person, but I think it has to do with the brown that I laid down before. I don't think it's the two shades I'm using now. So yeah, so far the only shade on the palette that I've used that I don't like is the brown, but now I'm going to pick one of these. I can't decide which like shimmery color I want to use. I kind of want to use this one, which is called King of the Jungle, which is this shade like right here, because it's just really pretty kind of gold, and I think it'll look good with those shades. So yeah, I'm going to go in with that King of the Jungle shade on my lid. Just gonna take it on my lid with a wet brush and just kind of like, you know, define out the inner corner a little bit. I'm not gonna like cut my crease or anything like that. So I'm picking it up on the packing brush from the collection, and I am gonna go ahead and spray it and then work that on the lid. Wow, yeah, that's a pretty like very yellow gold shade. And I will say I do like the packing brushes. I feel like good packing brushes are kind of hard to find, but this one works really nicely. I do notice a little bit of fallout with this one, nothing like crazy, but I just wanted to mention that. And now I'm gonna go back in with that orange and red shade and just, you know, blend these two colors together. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of the shade Don't Be Lying on my finger, which is that like lighter kind of champagne-y gold shimmery shade, and I'm just going to pat that in between these two shades just to help them blend a little bit more. And for the lower lash line, I'm just gonna take that red and that orange shade and just run it underneath. So this is just some of the colors like swatched in the palette, and as you can see, like they didn't swatch initially like great or anything, but I do feel like you can build them up. So if you were to go in with any of the colors in the palette, I definitely would do your makeup, like your face makeup second, and start with your eyeshadow, because I can tell these are like colors that are going to need to really be built up. So yeah, overall, like, the eyeshadow palette's not terrible, but I just don't think the pigment's there that it should have. Alright, so I just went ahead and put a little bit of liner on so that when I add my false lashes, they just blend in a little bit better. So I'm going to take the Bad Bitch Lift mascara from the collection, and it's just in the shade Black, and it retails for $7.99. And this is one of the products that I've actually heard like people talk about from the collection. Like I said, I haven't heard a ton about any of the other stuff from the collection, but I have heard people talk about this and saying it's a really good mascara. So the brush just has a curve to it. This is actually a really good like lengthening mascara. It like adds like a lot of length to your lashes without making them clumpy. So if you're someone that, you know, really wants long lashes but hates like building it up and then them getting clumpy, this is definitely a mascara you probably want to check out. Okay, so the eyes are done, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the face. So I'm gonna take the Bretman Rock Loose Highlighter, and it's like a little duo. And the one thing I do like about the packaging for this is each side kind of individually opens up, which is nice because a lot of little like loose highlighter situations like this just kind of are like one big mess. One's in Gold Lioness and one's in the shade Bronze Tigress. So it is $7.99, and I'm going to open up the gold shade, which is this one. Okay. And I'm gonna use that to highlight with just because I could already like that shade looks just way too dark for my skin tone. This collection comes with a highlighting brush, and this brush retails for $7.99, and it has a really nice like taper to it. So I think this brush is gonna be good. So I'm just gonna hold the lid like a little bit and then kind of shake some product out. And again, it's a loose highlighter, so it's going to go everywhere. But, oh wow. That is so pretty. I didn't expect it to be that pretty, honestly. And it's very light in comparison to what I thought it was going to be. Yeah, like I thought that was going to be way darker than it is, but that's actually super pretty. So I actually really like this highlighter, and the brush is very nice too. I'm very shocked by that because I actually didn't think I was going to like the highlighter as much as I did. One of the last products is the Jungle Rock 3-in-1 Face Mist. Now, it says that it's a face mist that preps, hydrates, and sets your makeup. And it says it creates a dewy glow, leaving the scent of fresh tropical flowers, and retails for $7.99. Now, I don't know if you guys can see, like at the bottom, there's like this like shimmery stuff. So you do have to give this a good shake before you use it. And then it kind of turns like that like shimmery kind of color. So smells really good. It smells very like coconutty, tropical. So just going to. It has a really nice like fine mist on it, and I am very glowy, but I can't tell if it's from the like loose highlighter. So I'm gonna spray a little bit of this on my arm just to see if there's like shimmer in it. Okay, yeah, so there's not really like a noticeable shimmer in it. All right, so the last products are like lip glosses, and they're very like iridescent-y kind of lip topper products. So they're not like super pigmented, but you have this like orangey-ish kind of shade in the shade Fearless. You have a like pink purple kind of shade in Freaky, and you have this like yellow golden shade in Ferocity. I totally could say that wrong. So I'm gonna take the yellowish kind of shade, and each of those do retail for $4.99, and just. So it does have little glitters in it, nothing like thick or chunky where you can feel it and it's like scratching off your lips, just like a very fine glitter. So I'm gonna take just a nude lipstick and put that on. And then just throw this on top, because these are more like lip toppers. I'm gonna give these two a swatch just so I can see. Yeah, it's just like it's like really sheeny light purple color. And then, ooh, this one's really pretty. This one comes out like kind of peachy. I'm gonna like actually put some of that on. The other thing is I don't feel like the paddle picks up a lot of products, so I definitely think it's one of those glosses you gotta like reach in twice, like one for each lip, but that's not that big of a deal to me, at least. I'm just gonna quickly go through and give you guys my final thoughts. Again, the bag, I don't really use makeup bags like this, but it's really pretty. The eyeshadow palette, I feel like there's definitely better ones on the market, but yeah, I mean, I like the way my eyes came out today, but I feel like if you were gonna use any of the colorful shades, you would definitely have to do your face second, because I feel like you would have to build up the shades. So not terrible, like for $14.99, but definitely like not the best. The mascara I really like made my lashes look so pretty, even though I put Falsies on top of it. It's such a good like lengthening mascara. I feel like it's one of those mascaras that I personally would like use and then layer another one on top of it just to give me a little bit more thickness, because they do make your lashes really long but not like super thick. So yeah, I like that mascara. The highlighter I was super shocked by. It's really pretty. Yeah, I really like the highlighter. Even, I haven't tried the second shade yet, but even if I can only use the one shade, I still really like it and think it was worth the purchase. The brushes, I'm still not a huge fan of the blending brush, but I did like the packer brush and I really like the highlighting brush. So those are both really nice. And the blending brush is just so like, especially for $6.99 or whatever I said it was, like I feel like you can get really good blending brushes at this point for that much. But yeah, I did like the face mist. It smells really nice. I'm not sure yet what it does for like setting your makeup, but it did, you know, really kind of like make my makeup look more like skin-like and gave me like healthy appearance, which is really what I look for in a setting spray. The lip glosses are really pretty. These two are my favorite. I just like, this one does come off like pinkish purple, so I feel like you would notice that. But these two are really pretty. I feel like you get one or the other and be good. I don't feel like you really need both. But yeah, overall I really did like the collection. It's a very pretty collection. It's a very affordable collection. So always a good thing when we get like good affordable makeup. There was definitely some like hits in it, some like so-sos. Nothing was really like terrible in it where I'm just like, I wouldn't recommend it at all. But again, some of the products were better than others. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please give a thumbs up and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my other future videos, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.